Good evening everyone and welcome along to TTML. We are here for Division 4 action, Season 4, Round 10 of the Championship, the final round of the Championship on this game, as we take in, of course, the Singapore Grand Prix from the Marina Bay Street Circuit. My name is James, I'm going to be taking you through the stream, as always, on a Friday night. Paco Suarez was meant to be alongside me, he's not. Michael Edwards was joining me through qualifying, he's in his race currently in Brazil, in one hub, but he will be joining me in due course, probably towards the end of qualifying, one would imagine, coming into tonight. Well then, we have got a three-way battle pretty much for the lead of the race. Neymar still mathematically in contention as well, but it's Christian who leads the way on 167 points, Gort in second on 164, and Ryan in third on 163. Yes, you heard me right, 4 points separating these guys out on track. Championship permutations are too complex for my little tiny brain to try and give you the championship permutations. But whatever is the mix, we can definitely say it is going to be an interesting race, and it's going to be a fair fight out on track between the championship contenders. And I can see in the lobby all 4 championship contenders, with Neymar also on 142 points in 4th. All championship contenders here tonight. Fantastic to see. Joro in 5th on 114, Rock City 6th on 99, Mason 7th on 87, the battle for 7th as well and truly on as well, with Mason 7th as I say on 87, Maximus in 8th on 80, Massault in 9th on 79, and Black Phoenix in 10th on 77. Looking down the rest of the field, Yogi in 11th on 71, Robin in 12th on 67, Storm in 13th on 65, Fro Pepper 14th on 62, Conti in 15th on 56, Vettel 16th on 53, Mitch in 17th on 51, Luke Ix and Zam are tied for 18th on 43, and Storm, CLE Storm in 20th on 30 points. Constructors as well. Racing Point lead the constructors 266, McLaren on 243. It's basically as simple as this. If McLaren outscore Racing Point by 24 points out on track tonight, they will win the championship. However, if Racing Point, who have been very consistent in the last couple of weeks, also win out on track and outscore McLaren, all they have to do is outscore McLaren by at least 1 point to pick up the championship victory. Ferrari in 3rd on 207, Alfa Romeo 4th on 198, that 4th place battle quite interesting. Renault in 5th on 157, Red Bull 6th on 154, Haas 7th on 136, Mercedes 8th on 116, Williams in 9th on 97, and AlphaTauri in 10th on 92 points. Very close indeed. Up and down the standings, Luke Ix apparently has, looking at the Discord actually, it seems as if we might be having a few issues. Conti can't search for his friends list. I wonder if we're having some PSN issues before we begin this race here tonight. We've only got 10 drivers in, it's very disappointing for a final round attendance. But it's the England match and it's against Scotland, so I'm not really surprised, of course. I would be watching at this stage as well, just like you and me. We would be back next week, of course, for Division 4. But we are here tonight, and 11 drivers now in the lobby, as Mitch has just managed to join in, which is good to see. I think Luke Ix is the only one we're waiting for, and then we are good to go. 12 drivers, as I say, a very disappointing attendance, and what has been a really, really good attendance all season, to be honest. Storm saying in the comment section as well, that's TTG Storm, bring on the new handling model, of course. Side pod damage is going to be picked up. We're going to have floor damage in the game as well on F1 2021, and it remains to be seen how this is all going to unfare on the current game on F1 2020, but hopefully, really, it is going to be fantastic to see out on track, and hopefully it will be fantastic to have a look on. But we are going to be moments away. I have just got to send a message to somebody, and we should be getting going in just a second, so I'll be back as soon as we start qualifying. Right, we are waiting on the final drivers to join in. I believe Luke IX is having trouble trying to join the lobby. He was when I certainly joined the lobby. He was having trouble joining, so hopefully we're going to get a very good race here tonight. Hopefully it'll be a better attendance than this 11 drivers. Of course, I've always said quality over quantity. But in this case, it's a bit poor from Division 4 standards when, of course, last week we had, when there was a game on in the Euros, full grid. That's all I'm going to say, and hopefully we are going to have better attendance going in towards next season. Of course, it was down to the drivers whether they would attend or not. I was all for not postponing, and I think the drivers here were all for not postponing either. Doesn't affect them in any single way, and everyone else that is missing, well, you're going to be missing out on a really good race, of course, out on track. I'll try, if you are racing and if you're watching the stream, I'll try and give you an update about the England match, and I'm going to try and not watch it to the right hand side of me on my iPad, but hopefully we're going to be seeing some really good action out on track, and hopefully that is going to be transcended and hopefully going to be progressed through going into tonight. And of course we have got more action to come for you on the channel on Sunday evening. That is the Great Ormond Street Hospital charity night. I'm just going to get up the information from this now. Joel's saying he just got home as well. I think he's going to be joining very soon indeed. Roxis saying 8:05 we are going to be going, and hopefully we get to see a better attendance than this in Division 4. 8 drivers in Division 5 as well. Very, very poor attendance. And I've got to be honest, if you are one of the drivers that is not bothering to attend, then, well, you're half as bad as the rest of us, to be honest, in not attending, and you haven't given an excuse, rather than just watching the game. It's a bit poor. But as I said, it's the TTML charity race night for Great Ormond Street Hospital. I'm going to be commentating on Lobby 1, and that is the British Grand Prix and the Bahrain Grand Prix at 6:30 PM UK time. We're going to be on early for the stream. That's Lobby 1, so the likes of, if I get the Lobby 1 drivers up, the likes of Funky Chicken, the likes of TTG Lemon in there, Mashiro, Yorg is in there as well, TDB in there, who gave CR7 such a good fight to the final round of the championship. Slimbo was in there. Slimbo, of course, who raced in EML. URL Special from Division 2. Neymar's in here as well from Division 4. Fantastic to see. It is myself and Pepsi Freak taking you through the action. Funky Chicken being the lobby host. 6:30 PM UK time. Don't miss that. And, of course, Lobby 2 is also happening, and that is Luke Etheridge and Cadwell taking you through the action, 7:45 PM, and those Grand Prix, if I'm not mistaken, were the Italian Grand Prix and the Austrian Grand Prix, so not the same races that Lobby 1 will have. Lobby 2, Luke Etheridge and Cadwell taking you through the action. We will have Tom on the graphics, I can report as well, which is fantastic, and hopefully it is going to be a great night, and I'm sure that the link is going to be banded about. It's already on at TTML_F1 on Twitter and on Instagram, on Facebook. You might have seen the sponsored advertisements on Instagram as well. I certainly did, so well done on that, Babs, who was our social media manager, of course, on Instagram. But really good to see everyone signing up for a great cause. Great Ormond Street Hospital. If you've never heard of them before, honestly, give them a look in, because they do life-saving and life-changing work to young children and to older children as well, in providing the best care for them in their time of need. And I will get more information around Great Ormond Street Hospital and try and provide you with some good action, of course, on Sunday night. That is Sunday. Now, though, it is Tuesday. Tuesday? Now it's Friday, and it's TTML Division 4. Goodness me, I'm getting my days completely mixed up. I think it's Saturday today, honestly. We're going to go in Singapore, though, and it is really good to see some 11 drivers turning up at least, which is good. Short qualifying, of course, 50% race, 31 laps in total, around a 5-kilometre circuit. The likes of Memorial Corner, the likes of the Singapore Sling, the likes of the Anderson Bridge and the Grandstand underneath here are just some of the names around this track. And hopefully we're going to be seeing some really good racing, of course, out on track around the streets of Singapore, and the capital of Singapore being, of course, Singapore. So, we're about to get going in towards qualifying. There's myself currently taking you through a solo commentary. I'm sure that Mike is going to be joining me very soon in the commentary box for all the action that is going to be unfolding out on track tonight. See you, Lee Storm. I'm allowed to join Don't know where that came from. Am I allowed to join qualifying? He already got his answer from Conti. That is good. Conti Amchua has put in a reply to that. Division 5 also is live if you do want to tune in for that. It is Pariah taking you through the action, I believe, doing solo commentary. 8 drivers in intermediate conditions. A little bit strange, to be honest. And it looks like the weather isn't a set official either in the lobby. But with 6 NSR, 1 Finn, and then 1 of OWR Shumi. That's going to be quite interesting, I think, to see how that is going to unfold out on track. But if you do want to tune in to Division 5, you can do indeed. If you want to tune in to Division 4 with the GOAT commentary team, then we are here tonight at Rock City. It's going to be the one on the first man out on track. Neymar, however, is the first man out on track. The NSR man, 4th in the standings coming into tonight, with a mathematical possibility. Basically, Christian, Gort and Ryan have all got to crash out on track for Neymar to stand any sort of chance of trying to win this out on track in terms of the championship. But, however, he has got the pace, and we have seen it with Gort this season. He has got the pace, and Neymar will be hoping for really good results, of course, out on track. But hopefully, we're going to see some really good action with a minute gone in qualifying. If you are just tuning into the stream, it is myself, James Head, taking you through the action as solo commentator for now. Michael Edwards joining me alongside on the punch box very soon indeed. Paco Suarez not bothering to attend. A little bit of a tirade going on as well within the League Racing TV Discord, and that will be dealt with accordingly, is what I will say on the stream now if he's listening. Neymar coming through, they'll turn at 13 at the hairpin. One of them went towards turn 14. And hopefully, going to be some good action out on track. So we're now coming in towards turn 14. Then we're now in towards where PK Corner, of course, where PK Gate was caused in 2008. Spinning on the left-hand side and crashing out, and Alonso went on to win the race. And of course, it was found that there was foul play, really at play, from the Renault team. Neymar coming through turn 20 and 21, missed the curve there slightly, but now he is going to start us off on a lap through 22 and 23. Neymar comes to the line, comes across the line now to start us off on this lap. So I quickly go out of camera there, through turn 1, and through turn 2, and then through turn 2. Beautiful commitment through the first couple of corners from Neymar. Of course, where Perez and Ocon hit coming out of turn 3, and through turn 4 at the kink, and then through turn 5 on the run down in towards Memorial Corner, and on the run down in towards turn number 7 and the end of the first sector. Neymar should be looking around at 26.2 maybe through the first sector. 26.1 through the first sector, not too bad at all from Neymar so far as he now comes through into the middle sector, coming through turn number 8. Now in towards turn number 9, the left-hander out on track with the Singapore sling. It used to be, of course, a chicane until a couple of years ago. Now a left-hander as Neymar now runs down for the Singapore sling. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. Don't worry about that law. I think it's a McLaren going slow of Ryan. Neymar then through across the Anderson Bridge, across through turn 12, through turn 13 into the hairpin. And missing the apex there slightly. He has got an AlphaTauri in front, which is TTG's Storm. He's on a set of mediums at the stage. 102.3 from Neymar through the middle sector. Runs wide. Storm will get out of the way to the left-hand side. And now Neymar runs through in towards the final sector. Through turn 16, through turn 17. The marina on the right-hand side. Of course, I used to call this track Yes Marina Bay. Neymar through underneath the grandstand, through 18, through 19, and then in towards turns 20 and 21. He picked up an invalidation there, right on the curve nicely. 134 maybe to start off the night, I'm thinking, from Neymar. Comes across the line, and it's a 134.2 to start us off on the night. Good lap there. Rock City is invalidated. Conti is on the lap. Conti, of course, Division 3 commentator. He's now coming into the grandstand section now. Through turn 18, through turn 19. And then towards turns 20 and 21. Oh, and he gets caught on the curb. And Conti now on the run in towards the final couple of corners. He's not going to be going quick. Gort, by the way, went second behind Neymar. So good lap there from him. Conti goes third with that lap time. I think he would have been slowest anyways. Mitch is invalidated. Frey Pepper on a lap. Coming in through turn 21. Now in towards turns 22 and 23. Frey Pepper's actually on a good lap here compared to the guys in a set of sauce. Comes across the line. And 135.6, around the sort of time where you're going to be trying to get towards the likes of Gort and Neymar when he transitions, of course, onto that set of soft compound of tyres. Mitch has spun. Coming out through turn 21, that's why there's yellow flags there. The left side end plate damage for Mitch. As now he will come into the pit lane. out of turn 21. I think he was invalid anyways. Now comes into the pit lane. But 5 minutes gone in qualifying. Neymar on top, Gort second, Frey Pepper third, Conti in fourth. Christian and Rock City on laps at the minute. Christian's furthest on, 103 flat through the middle sector, about 7/10 off Neymar. So now Christian comes through into the final sector. And flies through turn 21, and then towards the double left at 22 and 23. Christian now runs to the line. He's gone quicker than Frey Pepper by about 0.3 of a second. What's Rock City doing through the end of the middle sector? I'm not sure what he's doing through the end of the middle sector, but he's coming through turn 17 now. He's on a set of soft compound tyres. I've warned the men to watch out on track. He has actually backed off this lap. It looks like Rock City not trying at all. He'll be probably slowest out of everyone as well when he comes around the final couple of corners. And the damage there from Mitch's car getting rid of on the right hand side as Rock City comes into the pit lane. That is the end of his run. TRT Vettel on a lap. Don't think he's pushing too much on this one. Just trying to get a banker in. We saw plenty of invalidations late on in qualifying, of course, last night in Division 2. There's little Neymar Adam top, Gort second, Christian in third, Frey Pepper in fourth. Then Conti in fifth. Those are the only 5 that have set lap times at this stage in qualifying. Vettel misses the apex coming through turn 13 though. Down towards turn 14, 103.6 through the middle sector from Vettel. He now runs in towards turns 16 and 17, in towards PK Gate. So we now ride on board with him through PK corner at turn 17. Looking good there from the Dutchman. Runs in towards turn 18 and then through 19. Very close to the curb there on the inside. And again, very close to the curb. Right in the curb. Don't want to pick up too much floor damage, of course, on the new handling model. This is Vettel now comes in towards the final couple of corners. Could go ahead of Christian maybe with this. Comes across the line. And he doesn't go anywhere near him. 136 flat. He goes 6th for now. Storm and Mitch 8th and 9th. As now TTG Storm on an outlap. Mitch is on an outlap there as well. I think everyone has just came off their laps if I'm not mistaken. There's though Neymar. That man there just coming through turn 4. Out on top. Gort second. Christian in third. Nearly halfway through qualifying goal. Now, Neymar comes through turn 7. Just trying to see who might be furthest on a lap. And it looks like it's actually TTG Storm. So TTG Storm on a lap coming in towards the middle sector. He's on that lap currently at this stage. But he'll be hoping for a really good string of results toward the end of the season here. Storm, of course, did quite well last week in America as he now runs in towards turn number 14. He'll be hoping to set a good lap time. He's got the McLaren of Maximus in behind him. And at the minute, there's Neymar to say Adam top, Gort second, Christian in third. Just to give you an update on where my co-commentator actually is, I will check. Storm gets out of the way to let Maximus through. Maximus not on a lap, so Storm will be out on track. And one was literally just finished, so Mr. Michael Edwards will be joining me probably in the next 2 or 3 minutes or so. Storm coming through in towards the final couple of corners to prepare up for his lap. Comes through turn 22, through turning 23, and now starts us off on this lap, coming down in towards turn number 1. Through turn 1, through turn 2, and then through turn 3. Very difficult in terms of the steering coming through turn 3. And through turn 4, and under the underpass towards the Singapore Y at turn 5. Runs through there nicely. Now on the run down in towards the Anderson Bridge, through turn 6 of the King, and then in towards turn 7. Not the fastest first second we've seen all night, 26.4 from him. Neymar and Gort have just started laps coming through the end of the first sector, so Storm now coming through turn 8. Now coming through turn 9. Be interesting to see if Gort and Neymar can improve in terms of their lap times at this stage in qualifying. Storm on the run down in towards turn number 10 through the Singapore Sling, through turn 11, and then across the Anderson Bridge in towards turns 12 and 13. Neymar Adam top, Gort second, Christian in third with 8.5 minutes to go in qualifying. Storm now runs in toward the end of the middle sector. Again, it's not too quick through the middle sector to 102.9. It's purple in the middle sector for him. not purple out of everyone though in the middle sector. Really fights the car, coming down to turn 15. Now in towards the left-hander of 16 and 17. You saw there, he had a clout to the wall. Not sure if he picked up any damage. It doesn't look any damage, at least for Storm. Now in towards turn 18, really pushing around this lap. Neymar and Gore still out on laps as well. We'll cut to them in just a second. Storm now running through in towards the final couple of corners. Ran out of EOS. He now runs through the final corner. Will probably drop in behind Trey Pepper, I think. Comes across the line, goes ahead of him, in fact. So good lap there by Storm. Gort and Neymar. Neymar comes across the line, improves. 134 flat, but Gort is 2/10 up. Coming out of the middle sector, in towards 17, 18 and 19. Underneath the grandstand, really fighting the car. Gort coming through. He's got Conti just ahead of him, I believe, on a lap as well. So Gort now has to lay it all on the line. Maybe the 133, but first 133 of the night. As Gort now runs the line to 133.997, and it is absolutely split between Gort and Neymar. You cannot split them. It's 400ths of a second. Gort out on top, Neymar on second. Christian and Maximus still not out on track. Storm now in fifth. Trey Pepper in sixth, but he's invalidated. Vettel in seventh. Mitch has invalidated as well. He's going to come back into the pit lane. Rock City purple in the middle sector. He's on a set of mediums though, so don't expect him to be towards the top end of the field. Gort in first, Neymar second, Christian third, Maximus fourth, Storm in fifth this stage in quarterfinal. Rock City now comes through. Turns 20 and 21, fights the car, coming down at turn 21, and then in towards turns 22 and 23. Rock City to the line, and he goes fastest of the medium runners. He's about 1.2 seconds off Neymar, so good lap there from Rock City. He goes into third. So he's ahead of his teammate Christian, which could be quite interesting, of course, going into the whole grand scheme of things of the race. Vettel has started now on an out lap. Maximus has just came out the pit lane as well. Vettel coming now in towards the end of the middle sector. We're going to ride on board with him next in qualifying. And I'm just trying to see what is going on. Sealy Storm, his update. That's why his update, that's why he couldn't attend. His update was getting done. Obviously he hasn't been home in time to try and get the update done in the recent days. And that, of course, was released, I believe, on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, the update. Now Vettel kicks us up then once again on a lap, comes through the final corner, runs the line, coming through turn number 1, turn 23 I should say, now on the run down and towards turn number 1. Yellow flag in the middle sector. I think it's Maximus who might have crashed on an out lap. Certainly crashed. Racing Point going still there as well was Rock City. Not sure what happened there. Vettel though on a lap coming through turn 5. And then on the run down in towards turn 6 and 7. Going to try and take my line through here. Try and take us minutely as close to the wall as possible. It's 900s down through the first sector. So, Vettel coming through turn 7. In towards turns 8 and 9. 5 minutes to go in qualifying. It's scored out on top. Neymar second. Rock City third. Christian fourth. Maximus running off the top 5 for now. Coming in towards Singapore Sling for Vettel. Going to try and improve on a 136 flat, of course, out on track. And it's 0-0 at the minute between England and Scotland. Vettel has just invalidated on this lap. So, we'll cut our attentions to, I believe, Conti, who's going to be the next man to set us off on a lap. Good evening, Mr. Michael Edwards. As he has just joined. I think he's just kicking in his mic now.
Hello.
Good evening, how you doing?
Terrible.
Terrible. I could tell by the state of the One Hub race.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Something is wrong with my brakes. I was full throttle, full on the brakes, only getting like 70 to 80%.
Well, at least you don't have to brake in the race here tonight in TTML Division 4. To go out on top, Neymar in second, Rock City in third. Conti 3/10 up, coming in the end of the first sector is the man I'm on board with at this stage. 136.7 currently on his lap. Have you got an invite to the to the lobby, by the way?
Yeah, I'm just coming into spectator mode now.
Ah, fantastic. I thought you didn't get an invite, and that's why I was checking. Conti on the run down in towards the Singapore Sling then on his lap. Coming now through turn 11. Across the Anderson Bridge in towards turn number 12. Flying through there. Conti really pushing the limit of the car. Locks up completely on the exit of turn 13. We saw that quite a few times in qualifying last night in Division 2. Conti in the run toward the end of the middle sector. It's not quick. It's 7 cents up on his personal best, but it's not quick in comparison to the fastest laps we've seen from Gort and Neymar, 400th of a second, as I say. Cutting out between the top two. Neymar, Rock City, Christian and Maximus are covered by about a tenth and behind as well. But Conti looking to try and go around the likes of Rock City, Christian sort of area. He's now coming through in towards turn 20 and 21, underneath the underpass, and then in towards the double left of turns 22 and 23. As you've spotted a retirement, it was Rock City who retired, I think. Conti to the line, goes third, ahead of Rock City.
Yeah, that's a bold call there from Rock City to retire with enough time really to get out and get a lap in on softs. I mean, he could always retire if he thinks he can get through on the mediums, but I don't know. I would rather wait till the last minute to retire before risking a top 10 start.
Don't think I've ever seen somebody get as close to the wall and literally rub against the wall out of turn 14 as Mitch did. Mitch is really pushing on this lap on a set of mediums. He's flying, I think, as well. He's sub 1 minute 3. As soon as I say that, he's just invalidated, coming out of turn 20 and now through turn 21. He's invalidated just before that part, and now Mitch will come back into the pit lane. No, he goes for another run. If I was Mitch, I would have probably tried to come into the pit lane and get out in time. I think he realises he's not going to get another lap in.
Yeah, I think if he came into the pits and he'd be saying that's the end of his session. But I have just jumped on board with Goat, who is up on his sector one time, only marginally, but looking to improve on his lap. He's got a little bit of traffic up ahead though.
He has, and that's the Mercedes of TRT. Vettel, that's ahead of him out on track. Gort in towards turn 13. I don't know if Mercedes are going to help out Ferrari. No. Not on your Nelly, or Mercedes are going to help out Ferrari. Gort there on the run into the middle sector. Tell you what, it's a 10th up through the middle sector. Nearly 2 tenths up, in fact, from Gort. So this is quite a competitive lap from Gort in towards turn 16 and 17 out on track. But it's Gort out on top, Neymar second, Conti in third, Rock City fourth, Christian, Maximus, Storm, Frey Pepper, Vettel, Mitch and Ryan. RO 11 drivers, Mitch and Ryan, still yet to get laps in at this stage. Gort, though, right on board with them through 20, through 21. Gort out on top, Conti retires, coming into the pit lane as well, not getting another lap in. Gort, I think, is going to improve massively here, comes across the line, and it's a 1:33.6. Take that, Neymar, he says, and Gort out on top by now by 4 tenths of a second. Neymar has got to find a special lap, and they've been pretty much hammer and tongs throughout this qualifying session so far. TTG Storm, by the way, went third as well, with a 1:34.7, but Neymar has got to put in a shift on this lap.
Yeah, absolutely. The gauntlet has been thrown down now. Neymar needs to respond. And also, we got Free Pepper just starting the lap as well. And after how well he drove last week, I mean, he could get involved in this this fight up the top.
Neymar, yeah, Neymar is fourth in the standings coming into tonight. Gort obviously leading the one of the leaders in the championship. Neymar through the first sector. Wow, it's quick. It's nearly a sub 25 through the first sector, and Neymar really going great guns here. Coming through the end of the turn 8 complex in towards turn 9, Neymar is pushing. If he's about 4 tenths up through the middle sector, he's got pole position here.
I was just on board with Mitch. He's set a competitive first sector now, almost 3 seconds up on his first sector, so he's looking to break into the top 10. But let's see what Neymar is doing as he comes up to the middle sector.
Oh, he's 2 tenths up. It's not as quick as what I was expecting. He's about 2 tenths off Gort through the middle sector. So now he has got to put in this shift through the final sector. This has got to be picture perfect from Neymar. If he's going to have to get pole position, nearly hits the wall. I think he did clear the wall there slightly on the rear curb, but coming through turn 17, now through 18, 19, and then in towards turns 20 and 21. Neymar really needs to push. He is absolutely committed on this lap. Is it going to beat Gort round the final corner? He's absolutely committed through the final corner to the line. It's close, but it's not close enough, and he improved quite a lot in the final sector. It is Gort though out on top, Neymar in second. Unless Frey Pepper and Mitch can improve. Mitch is invalidated. He was 5 seconds up on his lap as well. But it is Gort out on top. He takes 2 points in the championship fight. And looking at the championship coming into tonight, of course, well, it's just got a hell of a lot closer, I can tell you that, as, I'll get the standings up, Christian leading the way. Gort is now with 2 points for pole position. He's 1 point off Christian.
And I was just having some lacking issues then as you were speaking, so I didn't hear a word you said.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said? I said
Nope.
Gort is a point off Christian. Is what I said. That's the short term of it. Gort out on top from Neymar in second. 400ths of a second, pretty much the time throughout the qualifying session. Very impressive stuff from both of them. Storm in third, Conti in fourth, Rock City in fifth, Christian, championship leader, down in sixth on a set of mediums. Maximus is in seventh, Frey Pepper in eighth, Vettel in ninth, Mitch down in P10, Ryan not getting a lap in whatsoever for Ryan. He's down there in P11. It's Gordad on top, or Neymar on second. You could hardly split them. Are we going to see the same going into the race?
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Christian and Rock City are going to get on, because they're going to be on those medium tyres, and we saw last night in the Division 2 race just how quickly these soft tyres fall off compared to the mediums.
Yeah, to be honest, the medium compounded tyre lasts around, 14, 15 laps I think we saw last night. Hards obviously can get towards a one stop towards the end of the race, and that's probably the strategy to go on. The soft compounded tyres go off so quick around here. They go off at literally about 6 or 7% a lap, and then, and only then, you will get some, I thought I heard a scream outside. Sorry, I was just put off by a scream outside from a little child. I thought England had scored for a second there. Anyways, what was I saying? I've completely gone off script.
You was talking about the tyres.
Oh yeah, the tyres. Yeah, the soft compounded tyres, they only last around 4 or 5 laps in terms of peak performance before we get to see the first pit stops happen out on track. But hopefully, it is going to be one of those races where the top 10, of course, will have to qualify on that sort of soft or medium or hard compounded tyre. I think the rest of the field, though, are on the mediums. It's going to be interesting to see how far everyone is going to get. And in fact, everyone, with Ryan down at the back of the field as well, he's on a set of mediums. The top 10, of course, qualifying on their set of compounded tyre that they're set it on. Only 11 drivers, but as I've always said this season, quality is better than quantity.
Yeah, and I think Ryan has done that intentionally just so he can get a fresh set of medium tyres and keep plenty of tyres available for him in the race in case a safety car comes up and he won't be on a used set of softs like some of these other guys will be who used all their softs in qualifying.
Yeah, I think Ryan, to be honest, has probably got the better advantage compared to the guys in the top 10. He's the only guy that's starting on a fresh set of medium compounded tyres, and that is going to take him, and more importantly, beyond the tyre life of the likes of Rock City and Christian on their set of mediums. And now Ryan is going to be maybe at the prime spot to actually take this race win, is what I'm going to say.
It's possible. I mean, I did see Mitch had put, I believe, 3, maybe 4 laps into those medium tyres, so he's going to be feeling the weight a lot sooner than those around him. I'm not sure if Rock City and Christian done 2 laps or whether it was just the 1 on the set of mediums. But yeah, Mitch put a lot of laps on those mediums. Ryan on very fresh mediums. I think Ryan's going to get Mitch off the line here.
Yeah, you would imagine. I think Ryan will probably get Mitch off the line. He might even get Vettel off the line as well. If it's anything like Spinaroonie Vettel last week, then Vettel will probably be one of the most struggling drivers out on track. And that's needless to say, because he really did struggle last week, I think. I believe it was Vettel that struggled last week, if I'm not mistaken. He was like 2-3 laps down in Mexico. Or America, even. Unless I'm wrong and that I'm thinking about somebody else.
Once again, I had a lag issue, so I'm just closing absolutely everything down on my phone right now, so I don't have these issues.
What I will ask you at this point in, just before we begin, of course, the race, who's your top 3?
I'm going to go with Rock City to win, Goat second, Christian third.
Interesting. I'm going to go Gort for the win, to win the championship. I'm going to go Storm second, Neymar third. 5 red lights coming on for the final time this season. It's lights out, away we go. We see the gantry go off for the final time, and Gort leads the way on the run down towards turn 1. Storm has got a hell of a start, trying to go around the outside of Neymar. There's a little bit of contact and a little bit of lag. Neymar on the inside line through turn 3. They're pretty much split apart very minutely, and Neymar's through. Neymar's through on the outside line, but Gort's going to try and fight this to the inside line. They better not make contact. I think Neymar's through, and they have made contact. Gort down the inside line. Christian caught up an instant as well. It's absolutely hell for leather, but Neymar leads the way. Storm in second, Rock City third, Conti fourth, Mitch in fifth, Frey Pepper in sixth. All of the championship protagonists are fighting me till they're halfway down the field. Gort's trying to go around the outside of Frey Pepper. Frey Pepper now on the outside line, and Gort's nearly went into his teammates. Gort down the inside line is so committed. Christian now on the inside line, and Frey Pepper just in behind as well. Doesn't quite get the move done. We are nearly halfway through the lap, and it's Neymar on top, Storm in second, Rock City in third. And oh my god, Neymar has got an absolute sensational start.
Yeah, fantastic start there from Neymar, and yeah, Goat, a little bit of contact, and losing out massively. He's now behind his teammate. Mitch had a fantastic start, getting himself up into fifth. Maximus, I think, had a pretty poor start. He's dropped back behind absolutely everyone now.
Yeah, he did. Mitch now right on the back of Conti in towards 16 and 17 for the first time. And Mitch has got pace. We saw it last week in America. He has got pace. And now he's got to try and apply the pressure to Conti, who actually nearly ran wide coming through 18 and 19. And now through turn 20 and 21, Mitch applies the power once again. Actually goes into the back of him. Frey Pepper's through on Gort. Has got damage. Left side end plate damage, is it for Gort? He's got some sort of damage, certainly out on track. He wouldn't let Frey Pepper through. Gort really struggling enough to start. He's down in 7th position across the line we go. For the second time, it's Neymar who leads, Storm in second, Conti third. It's Rock City in 4th, Mitch in 5th, Frey Pepper 6th, Gort 7th, Christian 8th, Vettel in 9th. Maximus rounding off the top 10 along with Ryan, who's just ahead of him. But it's Neymar who leads the way. Storm in second, Conti in third. I can't believe how far the top 3 are actually getting away.
Yep, the top 3 are flying, and they need to push away on those soft tyres. I mean, as I believe, is that Mitch in the wall? Oh no, it's my internet connection. Never mind.
No, your typical internet connection living in the valleys. Neymar leads the way. Storm in second, Rock City third, Conti in fourth. Blue flags about on the outs on track, but hopefully Mitch will try and get this move done on Conti sooner rather than later. Frey Pepper, Gort, Christian, Ryan, Vettel, Maximus the top 11. As I've got a developing cough in the commentary box. I did have an interview earlier on, an unsuccessful interview I may add as well, for a job that I currently work with as well. But the less I say about that, the better. Conti in 4th, Mitch in 5th on the run, and I tell you what, Mitch is all over the back. It's surely just a matter of time where Mitch's tyres are going to come into play, and he's going to get the move done on Conti.
Yeah, and Frey Pepper runs a little bit deeper, puts him under pressure from Goat behind, but Goat unable to find a way through at this moment. But yeah, as you say, Mitch all over the back of Conti, and all this battle between Conti and Mitch is actually, here he goes, he knows, trying to have a look down the inside but doesn't get the run. All this battling is helping Rock City get away here.
Look at Frey Pepper on the back of Mitch. Mitch had a terrible run out the final corner, and now Frey Pepper's going to launch it around the outside through turn 1. This is bold and brave from the Belgian. He's onto the track slightly. But Frey Pepper, I believe, is through, and Mitch has spun! Mitch has spun into the wall. He has got damage, right side end plate damage on the car. And Frey Pepper, I think, has actually gone off. Yeah, Frey Pepper's the one that's actually got damage, sorry. Frey Pepper's the one that's got damage. Left side end plate damage. I wonder if he got a moment coming out of turn 4. I didn't see what happened to him. Or has he had contact with Mitch? Is that why he's waiting up for him? No, Frey Pepper's got a problem here. Frey Pepper's got an absolute massive problem here. And now Mitch is in P10, Frey Pepper in P11. I wonder if there's been a controller glitch, wheel glitch. I don't know what's going on for Frey Pepper, but he's in the wall and he's in 11th.
Yeah, so I was on board with Mitch and I saw exactly what happened. He just got too much onto the inside curb at turn 3, where he just ended up losing it on the traction on the exit because he was so much onto that inside curb. There wasn't any contact between him and Frey Pepper from what I could see. It was just being on the curb, and Frey Pepper, I mean, your guess is as good as mine, maybe just getting a snap of oversteer on the exit of turn 3 or something.
Yeah, I can only imagine he's got caught on the marbles. Do you see where the run comes out through turn 4? I think he's lost it there. He's got too close to the wall, and he's lost it there through turn 4. And that now means he's down in 11th position and really struggling. It looks like he's in AI mode almost, because he's losing so much time. Christian, in the meantime, is on the back of Gort. Frey Pepper, in fact, is yellow flagged for the final sector. Christian, though, on the back of Gort. The two championship leaders are now about to go battle. And as it stands, if I'm not mistaken, Gort will take the championship. Gort will take the championship. Neymar is not doing enough at this stage to try and defeat the likes of Gort and Christian out on track. But it's early days at the minute. Here comes Rock City on the back of Storm. Cuts the inside line. I think Storm's just going to let him have this one. Rock City is through and he's into second. Now Conti under pressure from Gort. Gort trying to go all the way down the inside line. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. It's Frey Pepper who has spun into the wall coming into the pit lane. And Conti, Gort ran the outside. Brilliant stuff by Gort. Beautiful move that was. Gort around the outside. Frey Pepper has that retired coming into the pit lane. So he is out of the race. Gort though is P4, and now Christian is going to try and follow through into P5. Down the inside line to Singapore Sling. He gets the job done. Conti now dropping off. It's now mediums against softs, and mediums are working.
Yep, the mediums seem to be working fantastically now, especially for Christian. The one saving grace or Gold, I'd say, is that he appears to have
look
a
at
lot
Ryan!
of pace still.
Sorry to cut in. Here comes Ryan. Mitch Holloway's spun, I think, through the middle sector. Ryan around the outside of Conti. Beautiful stuff. Through the exit of turn 14. Safety car. Safety car out on track, and that is why Mitch has got no front wing across the Anderson Bridge, just before the Anderson Bridge, out of the Singapore Sling. And that now brings a safety car out on track. It is lap 4 out of 31, and it's Neymar who leads, Rock City second, Storm in third. Some of these guys, Neymar especially, I think, is going to get nearly a free pit stop, I would say, over these guys, because Neymar was 5 seconds clear of Rock City. Rock City stays out, which is not surprising at all. The guys on the side of mediums will stay out. Gort has got a 5-second penalty for spinning into the pit lane.
Unbelievable, and Christian's in as well. I wasn't expecting to see Christian, and then Gold goes onto the hards. I think that Neymar has done the right thing here. He's gone onto a second. He's gone onto a set of mediums. I reckon that the better strategy would be the medium to the end.
Yeah, I think mediums maybe to the end of the race. Of course, mediums will go, what, 13, 14 laps? So if you get a second stint out of that, the second stint will be shorter. And Neymar's in an absolute prime spot, you would imagine now, to try and take this race victory. It's Rock City the out on top. It's Ryan in second. It's Neymar in third. Mitch is now into the pit lane to repair that front wing. As I just take a sip of my beautiful water there. Sorry, I should have preempted that.
It's okay. The one thing I have noticed is that Christian has come in for another set of the mediums. So he will be forced to make another pit stop because he hasn't used 2 different compounds yet. I would have thought that Christian would rather stay out on those mediums and then pit onto hards a little bit later, because what he's got now, he's got Gold, Storm and Vettel and Mitch who will close up to the back with no need for pitting again. They'll be able to go all the way to the end, and Christian, he's going to have a hard time getting through on Goat. We know Goat is going to defend ferociously against his championship rival.
Yeah, not only that, they are separated by 1 point out on track, and Gort is currently swinging that in his favour. I'm looking at the point system, by the way, and I'm just trying to frantically work out on the spot what the point system actually is at this stage, and I'm trying to see in the rules and regulations. I can't find them in the rules and regulations, which is terrible. You're gonna have to pinpoint me somewhere, Mike, to the actual rules and regulations. Oh, I found them. I was looking at the wrong place. There we are. So, 5th position, Gort, has currently got 15 points. Plus 2 points for pole position and 17 points. Christian's got 14 points. By my calculations, we've got a tie.
Who's won the most races this season? Because that'd be where he goes down to next, wouldn't it?
I think it'll be Gort. I think it'll be Gort that would be who has won the most races. I'm going to have a look at the podiums now. And Christian won the last race. Ryan, Massault, Frey Pepper, Neymar, Gort, Zam, Gort. Gort has won 3 races. Gort has won 3 races. Neymar has only won... Christian, sorry, has only won 1. So Christian has only won 1. Gort has won 2. Sorry, 3, I should say. So that is Gort wrapping up the championship if it stays as it is.
Vettel's out of the lobby.
He's disconnected. So Vettel is disconnected. And Maximus is behind him. So Maximus is going to have to stay behind him. Mitch is now driven onto the back of the safety car queue as well. But goodness me. Unbelievable. Frey Pepper, by the way, he got a message. He got a message. 10 or 15 minutes, rain.
Ooh, that explains then the mediums for Christian.
It does, and you know, because I covered a race around here, I think it was Division 5 last season, and I covered this race around here in Singapore, and honestly, we saw the transition to inters around this point, out on track, and then we went on to full wet, and then by the end of the race we were back to dries. So, are we going to see about 5 seasons in one race here in Division 4 tonight? Lap 7 is about to begin. Safety car is going to come in this lap at the end of the middle sector. And now Rock City is the virtual Beaumonder. He is the safety car. Vettel, by the way, is asking for a invite. He got an error message, apparently. Are we allowed to? Is what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I mean, I'll leave that up to you. I can invite him. But...
yeah, our division admin is racing, so we would ask him, but he is actually leading the safety car at this stage. So he now comes through in towards turns 18 and 19. Rock City is the virtual Beaumonder. He is now the safety car. The safety car, the real one, is going to come into the pit lane very soon indeed. And Rock City, you would imagine he's going to go early here with Ryan in behind. Ryan is a close championship rival of Christian. So Rock City is going to back up Ryan as much as possible. But Ryan, he's staying out of trouble. He's staying out of the dirty air. When is Rock City going to go? He's going to go, and he's going to wait it quite a lot here, and now Rock City goes. Rock City goes, rumble with Ryan out of the final corner, and Rock City's absolutely perfected that start through the final corner, and now Rock City on the run to the line, runs across the line to start lap 7. It's Rock City who leads, Ryan in second, Neymar in third, Storm in fourth, Gort in fifth, Christian in sixth. Nobody has changed positions early on. Mitch, however, is into the pit lane. Did he pick up a drive-through penalty? Which I didn't see. I think he did.
Yeah. Yeah, serving the drive-through. He also picked up a 3-second time penalty by cutting the corner on the entry into the pit. So it's gone from bad to worse for Mitch.
Vettel, I believe, is back in the lobby. Gort and Christian, however, are side by side in towards turn 8. Gort has completely locked that up. Down in towards turn 8. Somehow he's still ahead. He's just about a car length ahead now. And now he's a full car length ahead. And Gort is through. But here's Christian on the inside line. On the run in towards the Singapore Sting. This is crucial for the championship. Christian down the inside line. Into the Singapore Sting. Gort hangs it around the outside. It's absolutely brilliant to see between them both. And Christian's ahead. Christian's ahead. Gort's in the wall. Gort is in the wall. And actually... Conti nearly messed up that up as well. He nearly went in the wall with him. Gort is now down to 8th position. He's got left side end plate damage. The rain is due. Christian now is currently your championship leader, and he's currently your champion.
Yeah, absolutely monstrous mistake there from Goat. And I think, what would you do here? Would you stay out? Would you pit?
Oh, he's going to have to stay out. If the rain is due soon, he's going to have to stay out. But that left side end plate damage is only going to carry him further and further behind. So I think he does have to pit in. And he does now have to break the toe. Neymar, by the way, is right on the back of Ryan. Ryan moved across very late there down towards turn 1. Not late enough. Neymar sails it around the outside through turn 1. Tries to get the move done through 2. Now through turn 3. And Neymar surely get this move done. And he has. Ryan has a snapper oversteer coming out through turn number 4. And Rock City is through. Rock City still leads. Neymar now through and he's into second. Neymar's got the fresher tyres. Ryan now dropping down. Christian's right on the back of Storm, running down into the Memorial Corner as Gord is into the pit lane to come into the pits to go on to a set of mediums. The rain is due. Out on track. I wonder when the rain is going to start. Christian looks the inside line of Storm. Doesn't get the move done. Rock City leading. Neymar second, but Neymar catching.
Yep, Neymar closing up to the back of Rock City, and we was talking about if the rain, before we knew that there was going to be rain, how the medium strategy that Neymar went with would have worked. The question is, when is this rain going to come?
This rain has to come. If Frey Pepper said 10 or 15 minutes, it's going to come I say in the next 2 or 3 laps is what I'm going to say. The cloud is beginning to build over the circuit. You might not see it, of course, because it is pitch dark out on track. But the clouds are building over the circuit, and that indicates rain is forecast. Rain will be due very soon indeed. Look at Neymar, though, all over the back of Rock City through turn 19. And he is on the back of Rock City. Rock City leading the way, but Neymar is surely going to get this move done. Maybe even down in towards turn number 1. It's really impressive from Neymar. He's right on the back of Rock City, and this is surely it. Neymar is going to pull to the inside line, or is he going to wait behind? Has he even got the pace to try and close? No, he hasn't. Somebody that has, though, is Christian down the inside line of Storm, down in towards turn 1. Oh, and there's contact. There's contact between them both, and now Conti tries to see all around the outside. Storm cuts him off, and now Christian now is under pressure from Conti. Conti right on the back of Christian. Maximus involved in this as well. How Storm picked up a 3-second time penalty there. That's a ridiculous 3-second time penalty. As now Neymar is fighting on the back of Rock City. Down the inside line, gets the move done. Christian is going to fight through on Storm, and Conti is through as well. Christian and Conti both get it, but Conti actually spins on the curb. He's still on the outside line. It's an absolute chaotic race. I'll tell you what, there's 11 drivers out on track, but this is like there's 20 drivers out on track. This is brilliant stuff. Neymar leading, Rock City second, and yeah, Maximus looking to the inside line. Ryan's right on the back of Rock City. Goodness me, I don't know where to turn.
Singapore is definitely living up to a dramatic race as what we usually get in real life. And here comes Ryan. Now he's right on the back of Rock City. Is he going to have the legs to get the move done? He's going to move to the inside. Outbreak Rock City down the inside. He'll go a little bit of contact made there. And is that going to open things up for Christian? Will Rock City just move over and let his teammate go?
Well, he's through and he's into third position. And Rock City now down into third, I should say. Ryan through, he's into second. Christian looks like he's got a bit of an unstable setup behind him. Rock City has to let his teammate go. He just has to. Out on track. Neymar leading the way, Ryan in second, Rock City in third. If you want an update, by the way, by the Euros, it's 0-0, so you're not missing much, to be honest. Christian's right on the back of Rock City, down through the final corner, and surely Rock City is going to pull to the left-hand side here, pulls to the right-hand side, and now Christian down the inside line, down in towards turn 1, gets the job done, he gets the car stopped, and Christian through, and he's into 3, but yeah, he ran so deep through turn 1.
Yeah, that's going to be a second warning that I would definitely would have seen from Christian now, and I don't know. I think he's prone to a couple of warnings here, Christian. So this could not be over just yet if he picks up a penalty.
Maximus on the back of Conti. Conti in 6th. Maximus has spun. Maximus into the wall. Right side end plate damage on the car. Spins the car coming out of Memorial Corner at turn 7. And Maximus now is down in 8th position. Gort sets the new fastest lap of the race. So current point going to him. Storm on the back of Rock City. Running down in towards Singapore Sling. Neymar leading the way. Ryan in 2nd. Christian 3rd. Rock City 4th. Storm in 5th. Conti 6th. Vettel 7th. Maximus in 8th. Mitch in 9th. Gort ran off the top 10. Frey Pepper retiring, of course, as a result of a wheel issue. Storm on the back of Rock City, and Conti completely messed up that corner. He's now 1.1 seconds behind Storm.
Yeah, I mean, the one saving grace for Conti right now is the fact that Storm already has. So all he's got to do is with the Alpha Tauri try and get back within DRS range, which he is borderline. I think he. Stage. Maybe when the rain comes, because both of the racing points they're in proximity of each other for Rock City to get held up in the pits.
Yeah, proximity I think for the rain is due maybe in the next, I'll say, 3-4 laps, maybe even sooner. Storm's on the back of Rock City. I apologise, by the way, if nobody heard Mike there. He lagged slightly. Certainly on my end, you did. Storm's on the back of Rock City, though, and we're going to ride on board with Storm as he looks to try and complete this move down and toward Memorial Corner. He's not a bother interested whatsoever, is our Storm, and he's not going to get the move done on the back of Rock City. Here's Neymar who leads the way. Ryan in 2nd. Christian now is up on the back of Ryan. Neymar at the minute currently doing enough to outscore Gort. Gort down in 9th position. And Christian in 3rd. It's still all to play for, and that is crucial. Christian, 3-second time penalty, picked up through the Singapore Sling.
I'll tell you what, we haven't brought much attention to it, but Ryan right now I think, is he doing enough to become the champion here?
Is he?
5 points of difference.
Oh, you're tugging at my heartstrings now, Mike. I think he might be, to be honest. If Christian gets through, it swings in Christian's favour by a good couple of points. So Christian has got to get this move done, but Ryan is currently in the championship lead by a point, you say. Neymar, though, it's been so changeable. This race out on track, it's been so changeable. Gord's down in 9th position. I think, judging by his pace, he's got pace. He needs a safety car, though, to get him back. Mitch has also got pace as well, as actually Rock City is in. Rock City into the pit lane, going on to a set of what I assume will be mediums. The rain is not due yet, though. The rain is still not falling out on track. It is 12 out of 31. And it's Neymar who leads the way. Ryan in second, Christian in third. But you can see Ryan on the back of Christian. And yeah, Rock City under a set of softs. So that assumes to me the rain is going to fall very soon. Here's Christian on the back of Ryan. This is crucial for the championship. Goes around the outside. Has he committed over much? Yes, he has. And Ryan's back through into second. And the rain is falling.
Yep, and here comes the rain, and has Rock City, has he jumped the gun? Has he gone a little bit too soon? What was his tyre wear on? That's the question that we got to ask now.
Ryan surely he's going to time this to perfection, though. The rain is falling still. Storm has let Conti through, by the way. Not sure what that was about. Storm is through. Conti is through and he's into P4. Storm now down into P5. I wonder if Storm's going to try and have a crack on a set of hards and maybe wait within the DRS on the back of Conti. The rain is very light, I've got to say, out on track at the minute. The rain is very light and it's not affecting the track whatsoever. But given in a 3-4 laps time, it might be inters.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this now. As the rain begins to fall, we know that the track is just going to get slower and slower, which means Goat would have picked up the pole position points and fastest lap points. So I think unless Rock City can snatch that away from Goat now on this next lap, I think if Ryan can hold off Christian here, Ryan takes the championship by a single point.
And he's got to hold him off, but remember, Christian's got that 3-second time penalty out on track, and Christian beginning to slide all over the place slightly. Maybe the warmer mediums, maybe the more worn mediums, I should say, is the tyre to be on. Lap 13 out of 31. It feels honestly like we've been going for 31 laps. Neymar leads the way from Ryan in second, Christian in third, and now Christian right on the back of Ryan. He's going to have to try and commit this on the outside line. Is he going to get the car stopped this time? Yes, he has. He's kept it on track. He's barely side by side, Ryan. And now Christian is through. Christian is through into second and chomps him up straight at the bait. Christian through, though. He's into second. He had the right away of the corner. Ryan was just on the inside line trying to get the run. But Christian, I think that was a clean move.
Yeah, and that was a crucial move for Christian as well. Because now he needs to use the advantage that he has with those fresher medium tyres. He needs to use the advantage now to break that 3-second window.
Well, look at the gap now. It's 1.3 seconds. So the gap might be even 3 seconds maybe at the end of this lap. So Christian is absolutely flying out on track. Ryan down in third. Conti in fourth. Storm in fifth. That's the closest battle, or one of the closest battles now, out on track. Neymar leads the way. Christian second. What does Neymar do, though, from the lead of the race? He can see it's getting a little bit wetter. It's getting a little bit greasier out on track. I feel, certainly, it is way too early for a set of inters. Way too early. If anybody comes in for a set of inters, you're just ruining your own race, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what we're going to see when Rock City crosses the line, I think if he gets fastest lap here, it'll be an indication for everyone that it is too early. But if he doesn't, as I just see a bit of a front wing, and that is red front wing. Has Mitch got more wing damage? Mitch
has got more wing damage, yeah, right on end plate, completely off on the car. And Rock City is catching, but the softs are going to be slower than a set of hards. But with that damage, it negates any fact. And Mitch now, with a 3-second time penalty to boot as well, Rock City now is going to try and close in. That damage is going to be really, really bad for Mitch out on track. He's down in 7th position, not his race whatsoever. It is Neymar though leading, Christian in second, Ryan in third. And at the moment, it's still Ryan by a point. because Christian has got a 3-second time penalty. If Christian didn't have that 3-second time penalty, he'd be in the lead of the championship. But I think by the end of turn 14, I will say Christian is now theoretically the champion.
Yeah, as Gold picks up another 3-second time penalty, adding to his woes here in the final round. He's got the pace, but he just these small mistakes and that's cost him massively here.
Yeah, the other penalty I think you referred to was his 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. He's only got 3 now out on track, so he must have served that penalty up in the pit stop. So Gort has got rid of that, so he could be actually one of the men to watch out for later on in this race. He's on a set of mediums, catching Rock City hand over fist as well, but Neymar leads the way. Christian in second, Ryan in third. They fly through the final couple of corners now to start lap 15, pretty much at the halfway stage now. Storm on the back of Conti, hards against mediums. You know who'd my money be on, apart from Storm nearly messing up the final corner there. Conti in fourth, Storm in fifth, and Storm right on the back of Conti. Hard surely now the best tyre to be on. Oh, as soon as I said that, he spins.
Yeah, I think it's see what the conditions as they are right now. I think it's kind of 50-50 at the moment between the hards. As Mitch is in, is he going on to the Inters? Are we going to see?
Yes. Yes, he is. He's going in for a set of Inters. So Greenwall tyres on, front wing changed. Maximus is not coming into pit lane. This is going to be quite close, I think, on pit lane exit between Maximus and Mitch. In fact, Mitch is halfway down the pit lane and Maximus is ahead of him. So Maximus is ahead of Mitch. But this is the biggest indication. Is it Inters or is it still dries? I think we're going to see this out on track. I don't think it's Inters. And I don't think we're going to get to a point where it is going to be Inters, because the track still looks bone dry.
Yeah, Mitch is absolutely struggling right now.
He is. He's losing so much time, he can probably put a snail quicker than him in front of him at this stage. But that's only because of the tyres. That's not because of him and his pace. That is because his tyres. On a set of Inters, he's lost a second, basically on Maximus coming out the pit lane, maybe even more than that. But Neymar in the lead, Christian in second, Ryan in third. More gap losing in terms of Mitch. He's got to be about 20 seconds behind, maybe at the end of this lap. Really struggling. But you can tell it is not intermediate yet. If it is going to be Inters and the rain gets heavier, I would say 3 laps maybe. Ryan, however, is in. And is he going to set of hards? He is. He's going to go a set of hards. So Ryan is into the pit lane, goes to set of hards. He obviously thinks it's light rain. And that's a crucial move. If Ryan is going to pull this off, he's going to be in clear air as well, because Rock City's only coming through the turn 22 and 23 complex now. Ryan, though, is coming out the pit lane. He's on a set of hard compounded tyres. This is absolutely crucial. He needs to get ahead of him coming out the pit lane. Rock City has got the power, though, coming through turn 1. And Ryan is not ahead. Rock City is in. Just about 6th position. Ryan now behind him. The rain on the visor beginning to get heavier, but it's still bone dry out on track. I think we're going to get to a point in this race where it's not Inters whatsoever.
Honestly, from the looks of it, I mean, I've seen this kind of weather condition a few times on this game, where it is raining throughout the entire race, but it's just never wet enough to go to Inters. Are we going to see that in this race? Is it going to catch the likes of Neymar and Christian out? Are they going to come in for a set of Inters soon?
They have to. They have to. I mean, Ryan, P7, Gort in P8. Gort's the man that's going to be the quickest out of everyone at this stage. He's on a set of mediums. Rock City's on a wearing set of softs. Ryan's on a set of hards, which are barely fresh. And they're barely warmed in. And look at Gort, he's right on the back of Ryan. But now Ryan has got to try and get this move done on Rock City. Is Gort, though, going to try and get the move done? No. Ryan has a better exit, but Rock City, with that power out of the hairpin, is still in P6 for now. But he locks up. Mitch has got a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane white line exit. And Christian is in. Christian is in. I wonder if he's going to gamble and go on Inters. He doesn't. He's going to go on a set of hards.
Yeah, and Christian needing to select the 2 different choices of tyres. And I wonder if there's communication between Christian and Rock City, because maybe Rock City in the party with him saying, yes, I got both of them behind you, don't worry, I can hold them up.
But Christian is ahead, so Christian's going to be ahead. Vettel, by the way, is going on a set of Inters. Vettel has got onto a set of inters. That is quite interesting in its own right. He's going to be ahead of Maximus coming out the pit lane. Ryan on the back of Rock City. Rain is getting heavier. Out on track. The rain is getting heavier. And for the first time, we're beginning to see spray.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting now to see Vettel's pace versus Goat. That's going to be one to keep an eye on. But actually, Vettel...
He spun out of the pits. He spun out of the pit lane.
He just pulled over.
Rock City 5th position is through. Ryan trying to get the move done on Gort. And Ryan sliding his way, coming out of turn 8. I do not know what happened with Vettel there. Your guess is as good as mine. He's been disqualified for being parked in a dangerous location. And that's one of the most strangest things I think I've ever seen. Neymar has got a 3-second time penalty though. Out of the race he goes with the yellow flag in sector 1, and that is for Vettel's car. Neymar still stays out there, so Neymar still stays out on a set of medium compounded tyres, and he's now on to lap 18. I wonder if Neymar is going to go another set of mediums, because that track is bone dry still. That track is bone dry. It's getting greasy at parts of the track, but on the exit of turn 3 there's a little bit of spray. On the exit of the curve there's a little bit of spray there. Neymar though, the track is drying. The track is still on a dry line. There is spray now beginning to happen. If it keeps on raining like it is, we're not too far away from finally inters.
And I'm looking at Rock City right now. The way he's driving it, he is absolutely going like a snail. Rock City's in. Yeah, he's held at both Ryan and Goat massively here. Look how much they've lost 3 seconds to Christian. From Christian getting out of the pits, and I believe Ryan was only like 3, maybe 4 seconds behind Christian before he pitted, and undercut here is very powerful, and Rock City able to give Christian a good overcut.
It is going to give him a good an overcut. Goat on the back of Ryan, not close enough. Ryan's hards are better than Goat's mediums at this stage, and that is why Ryan is pulling away from Goat. At this stage, in terms of the championship fight, it's Christian who leads the championship fight. At this stage, he's in 4th and is getting 3 more points compared to Ryan at this stage of the race. But nothing is said and done in Formula 1.
And Ryan will know the penalty that Christian has means that he doesn't need to actually catch up to him completely. He just needs to close up that 4.3 second gap.
And I mean, Neymar is pulling away from Conti as well. This is telling. Conti is losing time to Neymar. Neymar is finding a lack of effort, to be honest. He's putting in a lack of effort, and he's pulling away from Conti quite impressively as well. Storm is catching Conti. Hards are better than mediums at this stage of the race is what we can now tell. Gort is on the back of Ryan. Mitch has got a 3-second time penalty there. But this race, albeit it's very boring at this stage... Oh, it's got a spun! Gort's in the wall! Gort is in the wall! And surely that now means...
Oh, Mitch has spun as well.
And Mitch has spun as well! Is the track suddenly beginning to turn into intermediate territory? Gort is into the pit lane. Gort is in, spins it by himself. The rain is getting heavier. Out on track, I would argue. And Gort's into the pit lane. And Ryan, yeah, 3-second time penalty. And what's the ties for Gort? Gort goes on a set of mediums. A set of mediums. And he comes in to the pit lane to repair that front wing. Has he got a better pit stop over Maximus? Yes, he should have the better pit stop over Maximus. But it seems to me, all of a sudden, this rain is getting heavier out on track.
Yeah, I think it's slowly beginning to come to those crossover period. But I mean, right now, I feel for Ryan. He was doing such a good job, and all of a sudden that 3-second time penalty. And now look at Ryan. Ryan's starting to put his foot down.
And there's a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3, and it's Mitch again. So Mitch is in the wall. He's locked up in towards turn 14. No from wing. I wonder if that's going to deploy a safety car again. No, it's still green flags, luckily. But Mitch is in the wall once again. Neymar is still staying out there another lap. It's not a bad strategy at all at this stage, but the rain is still beginning to fall. Out on track. Goodness me, Neymar leads. Mitch is out. Mitch is out of the race. Coming through turn number 18. Or turn 17, I should say. Christian is there. Mitch has got no back wheels. What? It's got no back wheels on my screen. Even though when Ryan goes past and Ryan's in the wall. Ryan in the wall. Locks up, right on end plate damage. Goodness me, this race is becoming a war of attrition. Neymar leading the way. Conti in second. Storm in third. Christian stays out. All of a sudden, the spray's kicking about on track. All of a sudden, I think this is going to favour Neymar. Neymar, out on track, is still going round. We are not too far away from Inters here whatsoever. Storm's got under a set of mediums. Ryan is into the pit lane as well. And Ryan... What's his compound attire? And Ryan on board with Neymar. He goes under a set of mediums as well. Neymar leading the way. Spray now beginning to tell out on track. This is unbelievable. I've never seen a race like this.
Yes, and I was on board with Mitch as he crashed out, and it did look a little bit of a fishy DNF. I know we're in Singapore.
PK?
Crashgate?
Crashgate? Ferrari gate?
I mean, it did look suspicious. I'll just leave it there.
But,
everyone else can make up their own minds.
But it doesn't affect anything, though. No matter what, no matter what this was, he either got caught on the curb. Is what I'm assuming. He got caught on the curb and he spun, and that's why he ended up in the wall and crashed out. Neymar leading the way. It's still pulling away from Conti, I may add, as well. Conti is gaining. Christian is currently on the fresher tyres, and now Neymar's in. Neymar's coming into the pit lane. This is telling. What tyre is he going to go on? Is he going to go on to a set of mediums, or is he going to try and risk it and go on to a set of intermediates, maybe run to warm up later on in the race? This is crucial now for Neymar. Neymar, his championship hopes, his remaining championship hopes stay on this. He goes on to a set of mediums, and that is not a bad call at all.
Fresh set of mediums on, and he would have seen that with Rock City and Storm also on a fresh set of mediums, so he would have been analysing that gap behind him.
He's miles ahead. He's pretty much the full pit straight ahead of Christian coming out of the pit lane. Neymar leads the way. Christian in second. Neymar's got no chance to win the championship, by the way, in this point. Christian currently is the one that is going to be winning the championship out on track. I wish he could speak English, otherwise we'll probably get an interview. Neymar leading the way. Christian in second. Conti in third. Storm in fourth. TTG Storm is in for a podium here.
Yeah, he's just got to catch up to Conti and build that gap as Rock City is in.
So Rock City is in. Rock City is in, and that's why he's got right side end plate damage. So Rock City is in, and right side end plate damage. Suddenly, this race, from all the battles earlier on in the race, is now turned into a complete and utter war of attrition. Out on track. And what's the tyres for Rock City? Softs. Softs for Rock City. It's still raining out on track. The track is getting damper, but it's still dry, the track somehow. Neymar pulling away. Christian in second. Conti in third. Everyone now on pretty much the tyres to the end of the race. And Neymar is the one that has got this race in safekeeping. I can only say now, Christian has got to hope for an absolute miracle to try and win this race.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a little confused. I would have thought that Rock City, because you can see he's struggling on those soft tyres. He can't get heat into them. And we know the soft tyres are at their best once they're heated up a bit. Once they get a bit of temperature in them. He's struggling to do that. I thought Rock City would have come in to test out the intermediates for his teammate Christian to close up and maybe close up enough to get this race win perhaps.
Yeah, Neymar leading the way, Christian in second. Yeah, Rock City could have done that. He could have went on to a set of inters, but we saw with Vettel, he got disqualified from the session and probably realised that Vettel wasn't the best guy to go on to a set of inters. But Neymar leads the way, 11.8 seconds the gap. Christian in second. Christian only catches running down the straights. He only catches running down the straights. Neymar pulls away in the corners. 12.4 seconds is pretty much the gap now between first and second. Conti pulling away from Storm as well in third. Are we at a point
Close
now
in.
to say the top three, as it stands, are currently the top three, I would say, of this race? I would assume so.
I'd say no. I'd say no. Conti has taken about a second out of Christian in just this first sector.
And yeah, goodness me, this is going to come down to an absolute thriller. Gort, Ryan, at this moment in time, Ryan and Gort, they've got to hope for a safety car from someone. They've got to hope for a safety car out on track. Is it me, by the way, Mike? Or has the rain got a lot easier now?
I think in Sector 2 it's eased off a bit. In Sector
1, I would say. Sector 1 is... I was just running above with Gort there. Through Sector 1, it's completely eased off.
See what it's like in Sector 3 with Neymar, and it's like it's eased off in Sector 3 as well.
It's easing off everywhere. In fact, the rain has stopped, I think. The rain has stopped now out on track. So the rain has stopped, so that light shower that grazed the circuit, now it has stopped. And now we'll drive running to the end of the race, because I can't really see anybody on a set of tyres now. Neymar leading the way, cuts the timing beam, 14.6 seconds is the gap. Christian leads in second, Conti in third, Storm in fourth. At this moment in time, Christian will be winning the championship by quite a comfortable margin in the end. Remember, after qualifying, it was a point. Gort had a point to gain on Christian. He spun, he made mistakes, and Christian's now in second, and he deserves to be there, and he's been the cleanest driver, apart from Neymar, out on track.
And yeah, even Ryan had an opportunity to stake his claim for the championship, but he also, like Goat, made the mistakes and has fallen by the wayside.
It has fallen by the wayside, and this could still probably change towards the end of the race, but nothing is said and done here in TTML. Nothing is said and done certainly in Formula 1. It is Neymar leading the way, still absolutely flying away from Christian. He's put another second out to Christian. It's now 16 seconds the gap, and Neymar is thundering away with this race. It has been such a dominant drive that Neymar has nearly got, I would say, the final sector. I think by the end of this race, Neymar will be the final sector in front of Christian. That is how dominant he's been.
Well, it's going to be interesting if Neymar has, if he can build up enough of a gap. Would he fancy going for fastest lap if he has that gap?
He could do, but a pit stop around here is one of the longest, I think. It's nearly 30 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, a pit stop around here. So Neymar, I don't think will pull out 30 seconds to try and get a free pit stop. Christian, I don't think will. Conti, Storm, I don't think will. The likes of Maximus, the likes of Rock City looking further down the field, they probably will come into the pit lane and try a fastest lap attempt. And I think, in fact, Ryan and Gort will probably come in for a fastest lap attempt as well. But Neymar leading the way. The gap is still increasing out on track. Speaking of increasing as well, Conti is pulling out the gap now to Storm. The gap a few laps ago was about 0.4 of a second. It's now 3.3. And Conti is still pulling out more compared to Storm.
And let's not forget that Conti is rapidly closing in on Christian as well.
He is indeed, and yeah, Ryan 9.7 seconds behind Storm. My God almighty! So I rolled a board there. Ryan nearly split it coming out of turn 4. It's very similar to what we saw earlier on in the race. But Ryan, goodness me, he had a right moment there. He'd be counting his lucky stars. He didn't go into the wall there. He's still in 5th position. Gort in 6th. Gort trying to catch Ryan as well. But Neymar leading, Christian 2nd, Conti 3rd, Storm in 4th. If you are tuning in to Division 4 now and you've literally just came to see how this is all unfolding out on track, go back and watch the England match. It's probably better than the action we've got here.
I'm going to have a look at the England again now.
I think it was 0-0 at half time, if I'm not mistaken. I saw Chris Kamara put up a tweet saying it's 0-0. And we will get it together in the second half. England just haven't got going yet, apparently, is what has been said. And I'm looking through my Twitter and I can't see anything there. And it's still 0-0.
Yep, it's still 0-0. I mean, what can you expect? I mean, whenever England go up against any of the home nations, that's when the home nations step it up a gear. Because none of us want to lose to the other.
Well, people apparently are blaming Gareth Southgate's jacket for the performance. Michael Vaughan especially, the cricketer, the former England cricketer, he is blaming that on Gareth Southgate's jacket. However, somebody that's not going to be blamed for coming into the pit lane is Ryan. Ryan is in the pit and he's got front wing damage.
It goes from bad to worse for both Ryan and Goat here tonight.
They've put in a really good performance all season. Don't get me wrong, they've put in a really good performance all season. But Ryan now, his championship hopes, if they weren't dashed in this race, they're now dashed. Because he came into the pit lane, he's going to be behind Maximus. He's probably going to overtake Maximus before the end. But Ryan now has to try and get that fastest lap point. Gort is going to wrap up second at the stands out on track. Neymar, though, is Neymar going to get third in the standings? Or is he even going to get second, maybe?
I'll do some quick maths now, hang on.
Because I'll calculate it up myself.
He'll be on 172 points if he walks away with a victory here. And I think Ryan Goat will have more than 10 points. 10 points for being in the top 10. So, yeah, I think Neymar at the moment, even though it's an absolute stellar job he's having right now, he's still going to finish fourth. Realistically, he needs Christian, Goat and Ryan to all DNF for him to really climb positions.
Yeah, that's what I said. But I think in qualifying just before we came into the race, that Neymar had to hope basically for safety cars and the likes and DNFs from the top three to try and get towards the top end. He was still mathematically in contention to wrap up the championship. Ryan on the back, though, of Maximus, and this is going to be crucial. Gort is a point ahead of Ryan going in. Oh, it's actually Ryan is through. Ryan is through into P6. 26 seconds to gain on Gort in 6 laps. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't think he's going to gain that.
I mean, it's too much of a gap. And what's called just a correction, we've got getting the pole position. Goat actually has a 3-point lead to Ryan. He is the man also that currently has the fastest lap. So Goat should still finish second, I think.
He should still finish second, yeah. I mean, I don't know, though. Gort, yeah, he should finish second. Ryan's a point behind him into tonight, and Gort's outscoring him by a point. So Gort will be second. So Christian is the man currently in championship contention. That's going to help him out even further, because Conti's now picked up a penalty. And Rock City is the only man out on track that has not picked up a 3-second time penalty. I'm not going to hit around hope whatsoever. Rock City trying to gain on the back of Maximus. Pretty much the closest battle now we've got. Soft's really beginning to come into play, though.
Heartbreaking for Conti. He almost got within that 3-second window and then he picks up a penalty.
Terrible behaviour by Singapore.
I'm very upset for him. I am.
We have to be upset. We have to be upset for everyone. I think Ryan has picked up another 3-second time penalty, and that puts him on 6. Gort on 9, so he's fine at the minute. Ryan, new fastest lap of the race. Maximus is in. Maximus is into the pit lane, so Rock City takes 7th. That was easier than said and done. Maximus, I think, is going to attempt now the fastest lap of the race, though, out on track. Neymar's nearly 20 seconds clear. He has basically turned 18 to the final, to the second sector split ahead of Christian at this stage. The gap is 20 seconds. Do you know how I said before the end of the race that he could get a sector in front of Christian? It's not entirely impossible.
Not at all. And I tell you what, I was just looking at the constructors. It is pretty close right now between Alfa Romeo and McLaren. Of course, with Conti and Christian for the Alphas on a double podium here.
Yeah, but in terms of the in terms of the constructors' standings at the minute, coming into tonight, obviously Racing Point were leading McLaren in second. So McLaren are what, 6th and 8th. Racing Point 2nd and 7th.
Racing Point still got it.
Racing Point still got it, yeah, because Christian's outscoring points that are pretty much adjacent to Ryan and Maximus. He's got 25 points. Ryan is getting 14, I think, and Maximus is getting 12. So basically, Christian is outscoring the McLarens, despite Ryan and Maximus being in 6th and 8th.
Yeah, what's the points for 6th and 8th at the moment?
Points at the minute. Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, it's Storm on the wall. Oh, there's a safety car! There's a safety car! Oh my god! There's a safety car! Front wing damage for Storm coming out of turn 8. Drivers now have got a decision to make. Do they pit?
Neymar's pitting. Neymar's pitting 100%.
Surely Neymar's going to pit. He's pretty much got nearly 30 seconds to Christian, I think. He's not second to Delta. He is speeding around the track here, Neymar. Safety car, out on track. But remember, we are only going to get 2 laps worth of racing. So, there's drivers here that are not going to get on the back of the safety car queue unless they stay out. This turns up the books. Goodness me.
Oh, this is a decision now from Christian. He was getting caught by Conti on those mediums behind, and question is how Christian come in. He stays out.
Conti's in.
Conti's in.
Christian stays out. Conti in. Storm's obviously going to be pitting. I wonder if Gort's going to pit there as well. He's pretty much got an advantage over Ryan with him sticking to the Delta. And Gort now is within championship contention, maybe, still to win this? I don't know. I think what we can say is it's between Christian and Gort, is what we can say now, I think. As Gort's now up to 4th. Oh, Gort's into 3rd, in fact. Gort is into 3rd now. Hang on a minute.
Oh,
Gort is into 3rd. And hang on a minute. I'm just going to try and calculate this up. Gort was ahead. Gort was behind Christian. 3 points coming into tonight. Christian's outscoring Gort at this stage. Gort basically, on that set of mediums, has got to win the race. Christian's got to be 3rd. That's simple. And I don't think it's possible because Neymar's on a set of softs.
Yeah, and this is
this is tense stuff.
this is gonna be an absolute madness of a final few laps.
But I wonder if we're going to see everyone on the back of the safety car queue, because the safety car, I think, is only going to stay out this lap. So it's only going to be maybe the top 5 on the back of the safety car queue if it comes in this lap, unless we get a lap's worth of racing, which is totally ridiculous. Neymar is on the back of the safety car. The safety car lights are going to go out now. There we are. So we're going to get 2 laps worth of racing, no DRS, and Neymar, Christian, and Gort. 3 championship contenders. Neymar's out of this, by the way. Christian and Gort are now the championship contenders. Gort has got to pass Christian. In fact, no.
Neymar.
Hang on a minute. Gort has got to pass Christian to win the championship. Because remember, Gort picked up 2 points for pole position. He's got to get past Christian to win the championship.
Neymar is holding everyone up, backing everyone up, so Conti is now on this, and so is Ryan.
Oh my god. This is going to go down to a sprint race for 2 laps in Singapore. Who would have thought a season finale would finish like this? Neymar is about to go. Christian in second, but you can tell Gort is going to try and get the run on the back of Christian through the final corner, and we're back underway in Singapore. Ryan's got a terrific start on the back of Conti as well. We're back underway. The top 5 are the ones that's going to fight out the race victory. Ryan tries to go down the inside line of Conti. Conti right on the back of Gort, and now Gort is pretty much a rolling, well, tractor, I would say. Out of track, he's nearly the wall. Oh my god, I thought Conti nearly spun him. Conti was so close to the back of Gort. Gort now is going to get onto the back of Christian. And now Conti and Ryan are involved in this, and Ryan could get Gort, and this is going to go down to the absolute wire. Conti on the outside line of Gort. Gort remains P3, but for how long? Conti locks up. Gort stays P3, but Gort now has got to channel all of his pace to try and close in on Christian. He needs to get ahead of Christian. The gap at the minute, I mean, with Gort with 9 seconds worth of penalties, it looks impossible. Christian at the minute, he needs to pick up 2 penalties for Gort to win the championship. Ryan, though, however, on a set of softs, he could be the man to watch out for.
Yeah, but Ryan can't get through on Conti, and that's the issue right now for Ryan.
He's got to be smart. He has got to be really smart. Conti has got to overtake Gort. He has got to overtake Gort. He's got to bring Ryan with him. And Ryan has got a chance to try and wrap up the championship here. At the moment, it's Christian. At the moment, it will be Christian wrapping up the championship, and I'm sure Mike is going to do frantically the maths in the final lap of this race. Neymar leads in what has been...
the back of Gort.
Oh, and Ryan's round! Ryan is round as well. I think he got damage. Yeah, left side end plate damage. And now Christian, with that, I think it's game over. Christian is surely 1 lap away from being the champion.
Yeah, I think Conti just went straight into the back of Goat. He broke to make sure that Goat stayed ahead of him. I think that's caught Ryan out.
It has. Ryan's got left side end plate damage, and now Conti right on the back of Gort, and Gort could still lose this. Maybe to Ryan, who knows? Conti on the back of Gort, now with the overtake mode in operation, now looks to the outside line, and now is pretty much through. Conti on the outside line gets the job done, in towards Memorial Corner at turn 7. Goodness me, what a thriller. Conti into 3rd, Gort now down to 4th, Storm in 5th. All hope for Gort to wrap up this championship is now no longer. Ryan has got to get within 3 seconds of Gort to get him out on track. But I don't think it's enough in terms of the points.
I don't think it will be enough. The question is now, can Conti close up enough in this final sector on those softs versus those worn hards? Are we going to be treated to a final corner move here?
No, he's too far away. He needs another lap, ideally, and we haven't got another lap in this race. Neymar is coming through underneath the grandstand for the final time, and what has been, I'll tell you what, one of the most chaotic, one of the most war of attrition races you'll ever see here in TTML Division 4. Neymar is just moments away from being crowned the winner here in Singapore. Round the final quarter comes Neymar, dominant victory, capped up with a dominant win. Neymar wins. Christian, though, across the line to wrap up the TTML Division 4 Championship, and Christian has finished 2nd to boot that as well. Conti across the line in 3rd, Storm in 4th, Gort will finish in 5th, Ryan not enough in the end to finish in 6th. Rock City will be across the line to finish in 7th. We wait on Maximus as well, and in fact Ryan drops down to 7th, and Rock City ahead of Ryan just confirms Racing Point as the Constructors Champions as well. It was not in doubt with Christian as well, but Neymar has won, Christian in 2nd, and I'm trying to frantically do the points here. It was 19 points separating Neymar and Ryan, right? I don't think it's enough. Unless he got fastest lap.
Ryan did get fastest lap.
Ryan did get fastest lap. I thought Neymar would have got fastest lap, actually. And if Neymar did, then it could have been a little bit closer.
It was 21 points between Neymar and Ryan.
Alright, so, yeah, he needed to finish, what, 10th and 11th? Sort of range. But Ryan is awarded driver of the day by the in-game fans. Oh my god. What a race in Division 4. It just comes to show you can have action out on track and not have a brilliant race, because that was just brilliant out on track. You can have action out on track, an absolute brilliant drive from Neymar. Dominant. That safety car ruined it, I think. He would have won by about 25 seconds if he didn't, if that safety car didn't come out. He wins though out on track, caps off a brilliant season for him. But the man who finished in 2nd, the man who is your TTML Division 4 champion, is OWR_Christian, and he absolutely deserves it.
Yeah, he kept his cool throughout this entire race while Goat and Ryan stumbled over their mistakes and dropped down through the field. Of course, we saw quite a few casualties in tonight's race as well, with Mitch Frey Pepper and Vettel falling at the wayside with a DNF to have a pretty disappointing end to the season, but I'm sure they'll bounce back when the new game comes out and for next season.
Yeah, it is going to be great to see Neymar though out on top, Christian in second, Conti third, Storm in fourth, Gort in the end in fifth. How did he recover there? Rock City in sixth, Ryan in seventh, Maximus in eighth, Mitch in ninth, Vettel and Frey Pepper all DNFing along with Mitch, of course. Frey Pepper did get a DNF. Vettel, by the way, is counted as a DNF. He got disqualified for being parked out of the pit lane just on the exit. And I have just seen some absolutely brilliant news. You've probably already heard of it. Christian Eriksen has been discharged from hospital, which is absolutely fantastic. He can continue his recovery at home. He's been discharged from the hospital in Copenhagen. He's had his heart-starting machine put in today, and he's been discharged from hospital. And Christian, we know you're probably not watching this, but from all of us here at TTML, get well soon, and hopefully we might see you on the pitch in the not too distant future. But in the meantime, Mike, I'm going to come across to you. Of course, we'll get the top three in. Who was your driver of the day?
Driver of the day has to be Neymar for me. Absolute commanding race from him. Absolute perfect strategy on the perfect tyres at all the time, and the gap he had at the end as well before the safety car came out was incomparable.
Well, I will agree with that. Neymar, absolutely sensational in terms of his way out on track. And do you know what? I'm even putting it in the DLD chat in the League Racing TV just to prove it. He has been awarded driver of the day as well. So Neymar, well done on picking up driver of the day. I'm sure we'll get the top three in. Christian, I don't believe, speaks any English. But I wonder if we're going to try and get an interview in for the first time this season with our champion. It'll be hard not to, but hopefully you enjoyed the racing out on track. Hopefully you enjoyed all season's racing, of course. We had our mix of commentators to this season. Mike, of course, joining me alongside in the commentary box for the final 4 rounds of the championship. Of course, Paco with his great effort. And, of course, Will, earlier on in the season. Who forgets about Will? Nobody does. Will, of course, joining me in the commentary booth for the Japanese race. A fantastic race that was as well. But we've reached the end of TTML Division 4. But we will get, hopefully, the top three in.
Rock City said Constructors Champ interview. We did do it for Division 2.
Yeah, get him in.
Okay, yeah, we'll get you in. We'll get you in, Rock City. Calm down.
We'll get him in. We shall get him in. Christian Bolt choice, says Luke Alonso, and the anticlimax of the decade is how he puts that race. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'm not sure if that was an anticlimax or if that was just the most thrilling end to a race I think you've probably ever seen out on track. What I'm going to do, because Conti is here, the man who, of course, has finished in P3 out on track. Yep. Correct me if I'm wrong with that.
No, you're right.
No, I am right with P3. I don't know why I doubt myself these days, honestly. Conti, we'll move to your interview first. Of course, P3 out on track. Must be happy with that.
Yeah, I really am. Finally a good result. Been waiting for this a long time, 2-3 seasons. So, yeah, great result. Really happy with it.
Talk us through that safety car late on as well, because you were outside of the podiums before that safety car actually came about. Obviously you went onto the set of softs and you had the pace to make that. Was that safety car influential in you getting a podium?
No, yeah, I was on a podium finish, on a P3 finish before the safety car, and I was hunting Christian, I believe, because he had a penalty, but yeah, I just overdid myself and got a penalty myself just when I got within the 3-second range. And after that, I really couldn't use the safety car. I really was scared about the restart, about everything. But yeah, in the end, it all worked. It all came out, and the softs did great those final laps.
Yeah, the softs did great indeed, and it was fantastic to see. Is it the first time on the podium as well this season?
Yeah, it is this season.
Unbelievable! You've left it to the final round to get on the podium. Unbelievable.
Yeah, save the best for last.
Yeah, save the best for last. Mike, any questions?
Yeah, so on that safety car restart, it seemed like you were really struggling to get past Goat to get the traction. Was you running higher rings expecting a more intermediate condition, shall we say, than what you ended up with?
Yeah, I went for a more stable setup with higher wings. So in the corners, I just creeped up on it and yeah, I had more speed. But on the straights, I had to use everything, including my ERS, and I just couldn't pass. I just couldn't get the overspeed. And in the final lap, he ran out of ERS, and I could finally pass him.
Yeah, and also the contact underneath the bridge, was that? Did you like slow down just to make sure he stayed ahead of you, or was it like an instant reaction thing, like, oh no, I just threw away a podium type thing?
No, I tapped his back because I had some overspeed, and yeah, I just lifted off a bit to give him a chance to stay in front, because yeah, that's only, in my opinion, sportsmanship-like thing to do. Yeah, if I would have overtaken him in that occasion, I wouldn't feel good about myself. So yeah, sorry to God about the contact, and I hope he didn't get any wing damage there.
Yeah, I think Ryan was caught out there behind you. I'm not sure we wasn't on board with Ryan, but yeah, I think he got caught out by it. But it was still absolutely. I was hoping that you could get Christian. I'm not gonna lie. When you picked up that 3-second time penalty, I cried. I cried a bit.
Yeah, me as well. I was just thinking. I was just a minute before that. I was telling Neymar in the party, like, okay, I'm almost within range. I'm just gonna dial it down a little to not get a penalty, and right at that moment I got the penalty. So.
I mean, it happens. James?
Yeah, Conti, looking ahead to next season in TTML, how do you think you're going to get on the new game?
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely clueless about that. I really don't know. Yeah, I haven't played the beta. I haven't heard too much about it. I think it's gonna be lower downforce. So yeah, I don't know. Probably we're gonna ride some high wings, and yeah, I don't know. I'll just get surprised when the game's there.
A real surprise will definitely come your way, I think, in terms of the game. But go and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, and yeah, this occasion I want to thank you guys and Paco as well for commentating over this whole season. You've all been great.
The pleasure is all ours, honestly. It's been fantastic to commentate on all of you guys out on track, and I have to pay tribute to all of the drivers here in TTML Division 4. Thank you, Conti, for the very kind words. We'll move on to Neymar, our race winner out on track. And Neymar, a point of me in that race thought that you were going to win the championship.
Yeah, I never thought that, because I always saw Christian on my screen. So.
But you did take the win out on track, and before that safety car came out, you were in a commanding position. I think I said you were going to be the final sector ahead of Christian before that safety car came out. Just talk us through your race.
Yeah, it's like when it began to rain, I just stick with my mediums where they pit, and my mediums work because it rained. So it's never get like slower. So I think that's why. I was so much in front when I came out from the pit on the new mediums. Then I was just flying from there.
Yeah, but you did get out the pit lane in front and then started to pull away again after that safety car came out. It must fill you with a lot of confidence to say that you've actually finished, I think, 4th in the championship, or not too far off the likes of Gort and Ryan. You pushed Gort all the way in qualifying as well, I may add. 400ths of a second throughout, and all 3 of your laps behind Gort. It must have been quite interesting in qualifying.
Yeah, it was like Hungary, where I went to the soft medium strategy again, and Gort quali a bit in front of me again, and then I got the leading at the start, and then he have an unlucky race. I think. Really fast person.
Yeah, very fast person indeed. Of course, he does wrap up second as a result in the championship. Mike, any questions?
It was just an absolute commanding race from you. As soon as you got into the lead, you was able to build the gap early on. How were you able just to keep like the mindset absolutely focused with the rain coming down, the grip maybe fading slightly, but still not enough for Inters? Like, how do you keep the concentration going for the amount of laps that the rain was falling for?
I mean, I got a lot of information for Conti because he have a lot of experience, and then I asked Jeff every straight line about the weather report. So I know the tire wouldn't get that slower because I stayed out when it's old tires in the rain. So that's why I just stayed out, tried to hold it to intermediate, but when it doesn't ever get to intermediate, I got pit to pit now. That was like, yeah, I just driven. Don't think about too much.
Yeah, it was very confusing for us in the comments box about what the conditions were doing, but it was an absolutely fantastic drive from you, and we both picked you as our driver of the day as well, because it was that commanding. But yeah, I mean, next game, how are you feeling? Moving on to new game, new damage mechanics and everything. How are you feeling?
I really don't know. I'm most scared about the downforce level and then the high curves when you like with the new damage model. That's what I'm gonna focus on when I get it.
Yeah, we can't wait to see what you're gonna do next season as well. Hopefully you'll be a little bit closer in the championship fight into the final round where you can take advantage of like a performance like this.
Yeah, I think this really showed the improvements over the last 2 seasons. I think James has covered that very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
James?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just watching the England match. Very much a great performance from you out on track. I'm sure we'll get to see you, of course, next season in TTML Neymar. Most improved driver of the season as well, I may add, as you alluded to there.
This season 2?
Since season 2, yeah. I would say most improved driver in Division 4.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Thanks.
Yeah, but my pleasure, honestly. You absolutely deserve the credit. And hopefully we get to see you, of course, on the new game. Go and enjoy your evening, though.
You too.
Will do. And Rock City is alongside us, of course, in the commentary box, taking the interview, not for Christian, but on behalf of the constructors for Racing Point. And Rock City, a very good race from the Racing Point perspective. Just talk us through what happened out on track in your race, though.
Thank you, James. Thank you. No, it was a confusing race. Shit. Strategy mess all over because I was hoping for the rain because my pace on the second stint was not so good, but after the safety car my tires were just completely gone, and I tried to hold up Ryan as much as I can, but yeah, Neymar and Ryan was more aggressive than me and had better grip on the tires in the turns, so I had no chance. But after a while, when Ryan pit again, I got ahead of Ryan, so I was able to hold up Ryan for Christian to get ahead. So all the way we were talking together, and I think we had the race under control, but the conditions were crazy because it was so difficult to predict what was going to happen. I think I asked for a weather report like 8, 9, 10 times maybe. So yeah, for me it was okay race, but a bit disappointed that I didn't catch up the safety car at the final 3 rounds. Because I hadn't any penalties, so that could have helped me, but this race was all about Christian and getting Christian to the end and get him the championship and get us the constructors. So we did it, so we're happy, very happy.
Yeah, double celebrations, of course, for the Racing Point team, with Christian obviously wrapping up second. Just to speak on Christian's behalf as well, Christian must be very happy with wrapping up the TTML Division 4 Championship.
Yeah, he is. He's very happy. This is his best result in a league race ever. So he was very happy, and he sends his regards to all of you and says thank you for the season. And yeah, he said that maybe he didn't deserve it, but he has been consistent all season. So for him to get that championship was just brilliant, and he is very happy.
Yeah, he's been the most consistent driver out of everyone, but it just comes to show how close it's actually been here in TTML Division 4, where you have 4 drivers going into the final round of the championship with a mathematical chance of trying to win the championship, and Christian is the man that has wrapped it up based off that as well. Mike, I'll come across to you. Any questions?
Yeah, just a one. Obviously, you mentioned then about the second pit stop where Ryan came out just behind you. That must have been absolute music to yours and Christian's ears, knowing that both of Christian's rivals were directly behind you and you held the championship in the palm of your hand for Christian. That must have felt fantastic as a teammate.
Yeah, that was that was actually pretty fun because my tires were completely away. I didn't have any grip at all, and I was just using all of my ERS on the straights and just trying to brake a lot in the turns so that Christian could go ahead. And I think he got like 2.5 seconds to us. So yeah, we were telling each other that we were trying our best to keep Ryan and get away. So for us, that was just perfect that he got behind us. I have no idea how he did it, but yeah, he did.
Yeah, and of course, the other constructors that were in the constructors battle with you, I believe it was McLaren and I'm not sure if Ferrari was still mathematically in it, but McLaren definitely. It seemed like Ryan had pace today, but Ryan's teammate was just struggling out there all race, so that must have been like a big boost for you in this constructors battle.
Yeah, really, because my pace wasn't that great either, so I knew that I was faster than Maximus, but I don't know if you guys saw it, but I crashed and lost some of my wings, so I needed to pit again, and then Maximus overtook me. So I was a little bit afraid that Christian was going to spin out or something, and McLaren was going to go ahead. And I also was a little bit afraid of Alfa Romeo because County and Nema was so far ahead. So yeah, it was a little bit nervousing around this race today, but at the end I felt like we had pretty much control over it. So yeah, we were pretty happy, and I knew that my pace was faster than Maximus overall, but I'm not that consistent. So and I just want to say also that this is my 3rd constructor in a row in TTML, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Oh wow. I mean, the only thing I can say now is congratulations to you and Christian on collecting the constructors, thanks. And massive congratulations to Christian on the drivers. James?
I don't really have much to say, but Rocksteady, I will ask you one final question. In terms of next season on the new game, what are your long-term goals looking ahead? Is it a 4th constructors?
Yeah, of course, I'm going for all of it. No, yeah, 4 constructors is just I've been lucky with my teammates because my consistency has been shit. But for next game, I'm hoping to take off the ABS and drive line only. And my goal in long term is just to beat Maze, and then I'm happy.
Beat Maze, I'm sure, is definitely a target. That's more short term than long term. Who knows what's going to happen with that? Go and enjoy your evening, though, Rock City, and well done on the constructors.
Yeah, thanks. You guys as well.
Very welcome indeed. And that is the end, I believe, unless we had Christian join. I don't know if we did. I don't think we have. Well, TTML Division 4 is done for this season, and TTML is done for this season as well. We really hope you've enjoyed all of the action that has been unfolding, of course, out on track. And it's been an absolute pleasure to take you through all of the action that has been unfolding alongside Mike, alongside Paco, alongside Will early on in the season as well. It's been my honour to deliver you Division 4. And if you're in Division 4 next season, I have an exclusive announcement because I'm back. Again, you can't get rid of me here in Division 4. I'm back Friday night, 8 PM UK time, is rumoured to be the time of start. That's not confirmed yet. We'll get the calendar, I'm sure, sorted out in due course. But commentary arrangements, I'm going to be on the Premier Division, the new Premier Division for TTML, and Division 4. And I believe there's only 2 nights worth of racing as well, rather than spanning across the week that we have at the minute on League Racing TV. But that is the end of the stream tonight in TTML Division 4, and for me, one of the final things to say, it's not coming home. 0-0 against Scotland.
And I couldn't be any happier.
He could not be any happier, my co-commentator, given that Wales are getting through to the final 16, and we have not confirmed our place just yet in the final 16. But regardless, I'm sure everyone is going to be enjoying the Euros, and we're going to enjoy our time off, of course, here on TTML as well. But for myself and Mike, please take care of yourselves in this crazy world that we all live in, and until next time, goodbye.